Alright, so the open challenge has been answered. I'm back in DRW, here for what we call Destination War. Who am I facing? I'm facing Zach Zero. Zach Zero. Some can recall a little history between me and Zach, most notably in URW or UEWF or whatever the fuck Donald Wiles calls his federation. He was the current URW champion, no, the world heavyweight champion, and I was this abomination called URW Ignition World Champion, which was really URW champion. And although we were both kind of on the top, we never got to face off. And now here we are in DRW. In about 2 weeks, and the match finally happens. Now, typically I'd be like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. This is pretty awesome. The only problem that I see is I'm facing a shell. Do you know what that's like? It's like if I walked up and I faced Chris Zero right now. I'm not facing Chris Zero. I'm facing a shell of Chris Zero. Chris Dalion, or however the fuck you say his last name. He's always been a shell. I don't know why people say he's great. If we trace back the books, I beat him 3 times. He has never come close to beating me. And yet this man will argue and bitch and whine and say how he's one of the best of all time. Even the infamous VTech hasn't had a win over me. Zach Zero. Whenever I hear the name Zach Zero, I just get a picture of a failed science project conducted by Donald and Chris. And the creation was this one kid that's supposed to be the next big thing. And you could hear all the time VTech praising him, and you got guys like Chris Zero that are trying to push him. You got guys like RPM that have tried to push him. The problem is you can only push the man so far until he falls. Why? Because he can't run with the ball. Zachary, I honestly don't know what your problem is, but I can tell you what your problem will be. Your problem that's coming up really quickly is the fact that I'm coming back to DRW, a federation that I haven't finished doing as I want to here. The last time I came back, I tore through competition, became World Heavyweight Champion, and only lost it because of one man's insanely great luck. Now, if nobody could lay a finger on me last time, when I was going through a really bad medical problem, what makes you think that someone like you can even hope to dent me? Destination War. The name just, it fits. Because this is going to be a battleground. And you got one general of DRW facing off against a juggernaut. And it doesn't take a mastermind to put 2 and 2 together and realize that once I'm done here, my next target is a DRW champion. That's right, Miguel. Hi. I won't tell you when I get you, but I'll tell you before the end of the year, you'll be bowing down right in front of me as I take the DRW championship. That isn't a threat. It isn't a promise. It's a statement made out of sheer and obvious fact. Because the fact of the matter is, nobody in DRW can come close to getting me. I meant every word that I said a couple days ago when I came out in promoed. This is the return of a god. This is the return of the icon from Detroit. This is the return of the BHC. The first victim is you, Zach. The next, Jonathan Salcido. And then, whoever is the DRW champion, they'll meet me. And I'm just relishing it. I'll see you soon. Oh, and try not to get injured.